Hello guys, this is Daga and welcome back to APDaga's Dumbbox, and this video is in continuation with my earlier video about MongoDB. In my earlier video, I have talked about how to create what is NoSQL, then how to create a MongoDB cluster on a cloud, and how now in continuation in this video, I'll talk about how to connect to that cluster using Python programming, how to create new database, new collection, new document in that MongoDB, and how to do some basic operations on the data stored on MongoDB NoSQL database. So without wasting time, I'm sharing my screen. You can see till here we have done all the operation in our earlier video. Okay. So just click on this connect. Select this once again. Select Python over here, version 3.6 or later. Click on this include full driver code example and copy this. I just copied this and put it in a notepad file. Okay, I'll use it in my programming. Just click on close. Now let's go back to our Jupyter notebook. So before starting the coding part, I'll talk about some analogy between MySQL and MongoDB when it comes to programming. Since you are aware about MyDB, so in MySQL, there are server. Okay, right? Within server there are multiple databases, right? Within each database there are multiple tables. Within each table there are multiple records, right? Or rows we call it. Similarly, when we talk about MongoDB, there will be cluster. Within each cluster there might be multiple databases. Within each database there will be multiple collections. Here we call it collection instead of table, and reason for that I have already explained. In NoSQL database you don't create a tabular structure, so we call it collection, and within each collection you create multiple documents. So each row in table, MySQL table, and similar to that there will be multiple documents in MySQL collection. So that's it, just keep it in mind. Once that is done, now I want to download a driver program to connect using if I want to connect MongoDB cluster using Python. For that you have to search for PyMongo. I'll search for PyMongo. Just go to this link. I can directly copy this command over here, but I'll not do that. I'll search for SRV. I want to go for SRV version. I'll just copy this command as it is and paste it in a Jupyter notebook, right? So, and you know, if you want to run any command prompt command on Jupyter notebook, just start the command with exclamation sign and run it. Okay. Some of you might face some issue related to DNS. Okay. So for that, I'll again go here. You can see DNS Python over here. I'll click here. I'll copy that command and I'll run that as well, so that those who are getting any DNS error will be resolved. I'll just copy this. I'll put exclamation mark at the beginning and I'll run it. Once you run it, and if you are still facing some DNS error or something, just do one thing, click on kernel and do the restart kernel, and again run these commands. Your problem will be solved. Most probably it will be solved. Once that is done, now those two commands are used to download the driver program. Now you want to import that into Jupyter notebook. For that you will write import PyMongo, right? And you see the import is done successfully. Now I'll copy this, whatever I have copied from this MongoDB UI, and I'll paste it over here. Okay. You can see I'm creating a client object, and then I'll test that client object. Okay. And whatever URL is given, you can see the username which we have created earlier. The name of that user is given over here, and password is not by default given. You have to delete the password using that, including that angle bracket. Delete that angle bracket as well, and write down the password MongoDB. Our password and username and password was same, so I did MongoDB. Now I'm creating a client object. I'll establish a connection using this. and then I'm testing it using a DB and creating a DB object. So what I'll do, I'll write print DB. It will show me whether the connection is created or not, and I'll run this command. And you can see it will taking some time, and you can see the connection is successful. Again, some of you people might face an issue and it will throw an error, something like server timeout or error in server selection, something like that. So for that, there is an option, just copy this as it is. And while creating this client using MongoDB.mongo client, you have to pass two more parameters. So right now we have just passed one parameter, that is nothing but URL. I'll give the comma over here, and in the next new line, I'll write the new parameter. I'll use my reference book. Here you can see those parameters are nothing but this: TLS true. So TLS true, comma, the third parameter is nothing but TLS allow invalidate certificate equal to true. All these commands will be accessible to you. Just go to the description, you will find a link for this Jupyter notebook. Okay, one second, I'll do the indentation correctly. Okay, fine, the indentation part is done. And if I run this command, the connection will be established. You need to add those two parameters for if you are getting some error, server timeout error or server selection error. Okay, that is done. Now I'll show you how to create a new database. Create database. Okay, for that you will use client, which we have created at the top, and using client, pass write a square bracket, and within square bracket pass the database name MyDB. I'll write MyDB. It is the name of my database. Okay, and I'll create DB equal to client MyDB. Okay, so like this I can create a new database. Now new database is created, but if I try to check the list of all the databases, client dot list database names, that MyDB will not be shown. Reason for that, in MongoDB, even if you create a new DB, and if you don't create any table or not table, here it will be a collection. If you create a new collection within that database, and if you add a new record means document within that collection, then and then only it will be shown in this list, otherwise it will be hidden. Okay, now I'll show you how to create a new collection. So collection is similar to table, so I'll create a new collection. So collection 1 equal to, I'll write database like DB dot similar, not dot, square bracket, and here I'll pass my collection, the name of new table, new collection. In this way I can create a new collection. Okay, that is also done. Let's check it once again whether the name is shown or not. See, still the database name is not shown in the list. Now I have to add some document in this collection. Document is nothing but a new record in that collection. So, and I have already told you that each record is similar to a dictionary. So I'll write doc1 and I'll create a dictionary. So dictionary will be like, first one is name. One second. Name, Akshay, then age 29, then email apdaga.dumpbox@gmail.com, and so on. So right now I'll add only 3 parameters. So doc1 is created. Now what I want to do, I want to create within that collection. So collection 1 dot, there is option insert. So there are 2 options, insert 1 and insert many. So I'll do insert 1 first, and here I'll pass this doc1. Okay, once that is done, you can see this is added in this collection. Now since new document is added in the collection, now if I try to check the client.list database names, here you will see now MyDB is shown. So I told you till the time you create a new collection and add a new record in that collection, the database name will be hidden, it won't be shown. Okay, now whatever data you have inserted, now you want to see whether how it looks. So you can go to here and you can check here. Just click on browse collection. It might take some time. And here you can see in collections, there is a database MyDB, within that my collection, and within that these are the records. Okay. And you can see I have only passed name, age and email, but one new parameter is added, that is underscore ID. So by default, if you don't pass any ID, this parameter will be added by default automatically and some random value will be assigned to it. If you want to override that, you can do that. You can, while inserting the record, what you can do, I'll just do one more thing. If I create one more doc2 and if I pass a record underscore ID, then I'll pass some value like 001. That is fine. And what I'll do, I'll use this insert command to insert this document in the collection doc2. Okay, there is an error for that. Okay, 0 is not required. I'll write just 1, ID as 1. I'll load it and you can see that is also loaded. So if I go here and if I do the refresh, you can see now two records, record means two documents are added. One with ID 1 and another with where ID is randomly generated. Okay. One more thing, this underscore ID should be unique. If I try to run this command once again, doc1, if I try to insert doc1 once again, it is throwing an error saying, because I'm trying to do the duplication, saying that duplicate key, this key is already present over there. Okay, so it will not create it. And similarly, if I once again, I'll remove this error, it doesn't look. What I'll do, I'll do one thing. Instead of this, one second, what I'll do, I'll make some changes. I'll write doc3. What should I do? I'll create doc3 equal to some new record. I'll just copy these records as it is. Okay, I'll change just one name. And here what I'll do, I'll just copy this and I'll insert doc3. Okay. Why? Okay. Doc3 is not available. So I had to run this and then this doc3. You can see doc3 is also inserted. I had to just run refresh, click on refresh, you will see doc3. So even if you can see the remaining fields can be duplicate, that is possible. You can do that, but ID should be unique all the time. So let's go with, now I have shown you the example of insert one. Okay, I'll show you the example of insert many. So if I do collection one dot insert many. So first thing, what I have to do, I have to pass multiple dictionaries, list of dictionary. Okay. So for example, what I'll do, I'll pass list of dictionaries, that is should I do this, or I'll create list of dictionary first. List of dictionary. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this multiple times, but make sure ID, if you are passing ID, then ID should be unique for each dictionary. Okay, otherwise you will face problem. Okay, I'll insert 3 rows and I'll give you a demo. Here you can see ID is same. I'll make the ID as 2 because 1 we have already inserted, 2 and 2. So what I'll do, I'll use collection1 dot insert many, and here I'll pass this variable list d, like list of dictionary, and it should throw an error. Why? Because of duplicate IDs. So now I'll do, I'll change it to 3 and 4. If I do that and insert that, okay, it is throwing an error saying okay, 2 is, I think 2 is already present over there. Let me refresh that. Yeah, 2 was already present. I think in above line of code we had it 2, maybe. So what I'll do, I'll change it to 3, 4, 5, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, and then I'll try to run it, and you can see you can do the bulk insertion operation. So if I do the refresh, operation, you will see all those 3 records with ID 3, 4 and 5 are inserted. Okay, now you understood how insertion operation works. Now insert operation is done, but what if, like, let's say you want to search all those records. I don't want to go here in UI to check for all the record. I want to search it here itself. So for that, what I can do, collection1 dot find. You can use find function. It will show you all the records present in there. So it returned object. Now I want to iterate that through that object. For that, what I have to do, collection1 dot find, and I'll write for loop for that. For I in this, print I. In this way, I can print all the records. Record means all the documents present in this collection. And you can see, this is how you can see all the documents present in this collection. Okay, similarly, you can do multiple operations. I'll refer my book. Okay, fine. Instead of that, what I want to do, I want to do some filter operation. So I can do that as well. I'll just copy this. If I don't pass anything in this find, then it will return all the records present in that collection, all the documents present in that collection. But if I want to look for particular record, then I can pass some value. Let's say I want a record where, within a curly braces, where ID is let's say 4. Okay, ID is 4. If I do that, you can see it will return me only that operation. So it is similar to where clause in SQL queries. That is nothing but a filter operation. Similarly, if I'll give you few more example, because here the name is Akshay everywhere. Akshay. Okay, all the records are same for in our case. No, here it is different. So let's say I'll just copy this. Here instead of ID, I'll search by name. Name, where name is Akshay. You can see it will return all the documents where name is Akshay. If I change it to Daga, only one record is present with this name, then you can see it will return only one. Okay. Similarly, there are some other filtration operation available for, let's say, I want all the records where, once again, I want all the records where age is greater than 29. So for that, syntax is within a curly braces, I have to write age. Again, with whenever I write pass the value, where there I will pass greater than dollar within quotes, greater than GT. GT means greater than, and I'll pass some value. So value I'll pass 20. So in that case, it will give me all the records where age is greater than 20. So in our records, the age is 29 for all. That's why it is returning all. Okay. I'll do one more thing. I'll change 567. I'll change it to, should I change it? Anyways, I'll not add it, but you understood what I'm trying to say. It is for greater than. So you can do different operations. In this video, I'll not talk in detail about what are the syntaxes of MongoDB, how to write MongoDB query. For that, there we can create another lecture series. But, and if you want to see that, okay, I have a link for that. If you go to this link, where it is. Yeah, okay, if you go to this link, you will find one second. If you go to this link, you will find that you can learn everything about MongoDB from here. Okay, all the syntaxes and everything. It is the official documentation of MongoDB. And similarly, there is one more link if you want to refer how to create the MongoDB server cluster and those kind of thing. So this is another link. This is the official documentation where you can learn about MongoDB tutorial, like how to do import, then whatever I have shown till now, then the further stuff, bulk insertion and query operation, query more than one, those kind of thing, everything is given over here. Just look at the link and you will be able to do it. Okay, then what is the next operation I can show you? Okay, so I'll show you. There is a limit function, right, in our SQL. So right now it is throwing so many number of lines. It is returning so many number of lines. If I want to do the limit operation, so here after find, I can write dot limit and pass some value. Let's say I want only 3 records. So it will give me only top 3 records. Okay, so in this way you can do the limit operation. There is an update operation available. So let's say I want to update the record. So for that, update update one and update many. So let's say I want to update many, like, so within update many function, I have to pass, let's say, first of all, what records I need to update. So I need to pass some filter operation. So the filter operation will be like, let's say, where name is Daga, where name is Daga. So it will search for all the records where name is Daga. Then what it will do? It will do the set operation just like this. I want to change I'll pass another this, and here I'll write $set. Okay, and what I want to change the name to let's say APDaga, and similarly I want to change the age to 20. Let's see whether it happens or not. I think I made a mistake. Oh shit, I was editing in a wrong window. I think I should. Yeah, I was editing in a wrong window. Sorry. $set name and age to 20. So what it will do, it will search for all the records where name is Daga, and then it will set name to APDaga and age to 20. Let's try that. Okay, it is saying it did it. Then we'll try to search the same for I in collection one dot find where name is Daga. Print I. So it is not showing anything. Why? Because now this kind of record is not present. Now I'll change it to APDaga. And you can see name is updated to APDaga and age is updated to 20. So in this way, you can perform update operation. So I'll write down over here. It is nothing but a update operation. Right. Similarly, it was a query operation. Query or search operation. Similarly, it was a insert operation. Bulk insert operation. Insert operation. Fine. So that's it. Now, after update, let's talk about delete operation. Delete operation. So what we can do? Delete collection.1, delete one, delete many. So again, similarly, so if I do delete many and if I search for, I had to pass a filter operation first. It will search for all the records which you need to delete. So here I'll say where name is, no, I'll pass ID. So I want ID. I want to remove a record with particular ID, and our ID, let's say which one, ID 5, I'll remove. Okay. If I do this, it says successful. Then if I try to print it, I'll just copy this and I'll say underscore ID 5. Now it is not present. That's why it is not returning anything. So this is how you can do delete operation. You can do delete one operation as well. You can do delete many operation as well. So that's it. What is remaining? One second. Delete operation is done. This is my handbook. Here I do the practice. Okay. Delete operation is done. Delete many is done. Now, okay. Before doing that, I'll show you now. Using delete operation, you can delete the records, means documents. Now I'll show you how to delete collection, which is similar to table, deleting table. So for that, what you can do? You can do one second, drop operation. So since you want to drop a collection, so you have to access it using DB. So DB dot, let's say what options, it says drop collection. And here I have to pass name of the collection I want to drop. So name of the collection was my collection. What was the name exactly? My collection. Okay. So using this command, drop collection. Using this command, I can do the drop operation. So drop operation is done. Let's check in UI whether it is dropped or not. Refresh. You can see MyDB and my collection was present over there. And now you can see, since we have removed all the, since we have removed all the documents and collection, I already, in the beginning also, I told you, it will not show the DB name if there is no collection or document present in that DB. Okay, but right now our DB is present. So if I want to drop the database as well, so for that I have to do it using client. So client dot drop database, and I have to pass name of the database. It was MyDB. So if I try to do it, it will throw an error. And what is the error? Error is user is not allowed to do this action. Why? Because by default, whenever you create a database, I'll show you from here. Just go here, database access, click here. By default, read, write any database, this access is given. But if you don't have access to drop any database, but if you want to drop the database, using Python code, you have to click on edit. Here you have to change the permission. One second, where I can do that. Okay, here, click here, read and write database. Instead of that, just click on Atlas admin. If you do that, then you can see if I run the same command, then now the database will be dropped. Okay, database is dropped. Now it is advised, before, if you are done all the operations on MongoDB database table means collection and document, once your job is done, you should always close the connection. So that can be done using client dot close. Okay, using that you can securely and safely close the connection. So this is how you can close the connection. So I know I haven't covered a lot of queries about MongoDB because that makes another topic. This is how you can connect to MongoDB cluster, create new database, create new collection, insert new records, update existing records. Record means documents, and delete the record, delete the correction, and delete the database. All those topics I have covered, and at the end, how to close the connection safely. That also I have covered. So I hope you got idea from this video, and if that is the case, please like, share, comment, subscribe, do each and everything you can do to encourage me. Thank you very much. This is Daga signing off. Tata, bye bye. So bye bye.